It is rare for a smartphone to arrive with a single feature that completely rewrites the rulebook, but the Realme Neo 8 5G has done exactly that. For years, the industry has been stuck in a plateau of incremental upgrades, slightly faster chips, marginally better cameras, and charging speeds that hit a ceiling. However, the Neo 8 arrives on the global stage not just as a successor to the popular GT Neo series, but as a technological anomaly. With a monstrous 8,000 mAh silicon carbon battery packed into a chassis that remains impossibly slim, combined with the bleeding-edge Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 chipset, this device isn't just competing with 2026 flagships, it is embarrassing them. Is this the perfect smartphone? Or is there a catch hidden beneath its futuristic cyber aesthetic? Let's dive in. Design: a cyberpunk dream with IP69 armor. Realme has never been shy about loud designs, but the Neo 8 strikes a sophisticated balance between gamer chic and industrial elegance. The standout feature is the Awakening Halo, an RGB lighting system embedded near the camera module that pulses for notifications and gaming events. Unlike previous iterations that felt gimmicky, this implementation is subtle, customizable, and integrated seamlessly into the transparent glass window of the Cyber Purple variant. Despite housing a gargantuan battery, the phone defies physics with a thickness of just 8.3 millimeters and a weight of 215 g. This is achieved through the new high-density silicon carbon C/C battery technology, allowing Realme to pack more power without the bulk. The build quality has also seen a massive upgrade. Gone are the plastic frames of the mid-range past. The Neo 8 features a matte aluminum frame and a unibody glass back. Most impressively, it carries an IP68/IP69 rating, meaning it is not just water-resistant, but capable of withstanding high-pressure, high-temperature water jets. It feels dense, premium, and durable, a tank dressed in a tuxedo. Display: 165 Hz fluidity meets blinding brightness. The front of the device is dominated by a flat 6.78-inch 1.5K LTPO AMOLED panel supplied by Samsung. In a world where 120 Hz has become the standard, Realme pushes the envelope to 165 Hz, a feature that hardcore mobile gamers will adore. The fluidity is noticeable instantly, scrolling through dense social media feeds or navigating the new Android 16 interface feels like sliding on ice. Brightness is another headline grabber. The panel boasts a global maximum brightness of 1000 nits and a staggering peak brightness of 6500 nits for HDR content. While you won't see 6500 nits in daily use, the outdoor visibility is flawless, even under the direct equatorial sun. The bezels are razor-thin, achieving a screen-to-body ratio north of 93%, and the color accuracy out of the box is surprisingly disciplined, moving away from the oversaturated pop of previous years to a more natural, cinema-grade calibration. Performance and hardware: unleashing the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5. Under the hood lies the beast, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 5. Built on the new 3nm fabrication process, this chipset is currently the fastest in the Android ecosystem. In our benchmark tests, the Neo 8 crushed the competition, scoring over 3.5 million on Antutu. But raw power means nothing without cooling. Realme has implemented a massive 9-layer ice-core VC cooling system, which keeps the phone remarkably cool. We ran Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail at maximum settings for 2 hours, and the frame rate remained locked at 60 frames per second and 120 frames per second for supported titles, with zero thermal throttling. The base model starts generously at 12 GB of LPDDR5X RAM and 256 GB of UFS 4.1 storage, ensuring that apps launch instantly and data transfer speeds are lightning fast. For power users, the 16 GB per 1 TB variant turns this phone into a literal pocket computer capable of handling 4K video editing and heavy multitasking with ease. Cameras: the periscope surprise. Historically, the Neo series sacrificed camera quality for performance. The Neo 8 5G changes that narrative entirely. It features a triple camera setup headlined by a 50MP Sony IMX906 primary sensor with OIS. Daylight shots are crisp, with excellent dynamic range and shadow detail. However, the real star is the inclusion of a 50MP periscope telephoto lens with 3x optical zoom and up to 120x digital zoom. This is a feature typically reserved for Ultra or Pro flagship models costing twice as much. The portrait shots taken at 3x are stunning, offering natural optical bokeh and flattering facial compression that digital crops simply cannot mimic. The third lens is an 8MP ultrawide shooter. While it captures decent landscape shots, it is the only average component in an otherwise stellar system. It lacks the sharpness of the main sensors, particularly in low light. The 16MP front camera handles selfies competently, though the skin smoothing can be a bit aggressive by default, a toggle we recommend turning off. Battery, the new global standard. We cannot overstate this. The 8,000 mAh battery is a revolution. In our drain test, the Realme Neo 8 lasted a full 2 days of heavy usage, including gaming, 5G streaming, and GPS navigation. For a moderate user, this is easily a 3-day phone. The anxiety of carrying a power bank is effectively cured. The charging tech is equally impressive. The device supports 80W wired fast charging, which can fill this massive cell from 0% to 100% in roughly 38 minutes. While slower than Realme's previous 240W demos, the trade-off for such massive capacity is well worth it. Additionally, the phone supports bypass charging, allowing you to game while plugged in without the battery heating up, as power is routed directly to the motherboard. Software: clean, smart, and AI-driven. The Neo 8 ships with Realme UI 7.0, based on Android 16. The interface has matured significantly. The bloatware situation has been improved, though a few pre-installed apps remain. The standout software features are AI-centric. AI Smart Loop predicts your intent, like dragging an address to Maps instantly, and the AI Eraser 2.0 in the gallery is now frighteningly good at removing unwanted photo bombers. Realme promises 4 years of major OS updates, ensuring this hardware investment remains relevant until 2030. Price and verdict. Estimated global pricing: 12 gigabytes per 256 gigabytes, $450 USD. 16 gigabytes per 512 gigabytes, $520 USD. The Realme Neo 8 5G is not just a flagship killer. It is a wake-up call to the industry. It offers the performance of a $1,000 phone, a battery life that no other mainstream phone can touch, and a camera system that finally respects the photographer. If you can live with an average ultra-wide camera and the distinctive gamer aesthetic, there is simply no better value for money in the 2026 smartphone market. The Neo 8 isn't just a purchase, it's a power move. Pros: unrivaled 8,000 mAh battery in a slim body. Top-tier Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 performance. Stunning 165Hz display with 6,500 nits peak brightness. 50MP periscope telephoto lens is a game-changer. IP69 durability rating. Cons: 8MP ultra-wide camera feels outdated. Design might be too loud for minimalists. No wireless charging.